Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in Jew. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. And welcome to Sunday's edition of the dceu Daily. You saw many videos from me yesterday updating what Snyder was constantly putting on his Vero, and it was amazing. The revelation of Wonder Woman wiping out Steppenwolf, and he even explains what happens with the exchange in the first Justice League film between the Justice League and Darkseid. So a very exciting day. So go back and watch those videos. But now I want to talk about the future of the DCEU, but mostly I want to talk about the future of DC film. It's all very exciting. In fact, Matt Reeves just posted a picture of the titles of the original Batman 66 TV show. Yes, and that was something else we spoke about last night, wasn't it? But with the original Robin from that series will be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. So that's a very exciting reveal as well. I was very excited and buzzing about that last night. But it looks like the next 2 years, Matt Reeves is going to have a lot of humour with him. He's going to post a lot of fun stuff. And you know, this is what I'm talking about. The future is bright for DC films. We've got the Batman. We've got the Flash movie coming. We've got Suicide Squad 2 coming. We've got have I said the Flash? We've got the Flash movie. We've got a better slate. Seeing what the MCU revealed last night, I think our slate, and you know, Warner Brothers don't really do slates, but we know what's coming. So we know we're getting a Suicide Squad 2. We know we're getting the Flash. We know we're getting the Batman. We know we're getting New Gods. I think that's an amazing unofficial slate, if you like, but we know it's coming. And there's a few more. We've got quite a few movies as well shooting in 2020 for a 2021 release. So that's really exciting as well. And also we've got Birds of Prey coming. And we've also got Wonder Woman 1984, which I've seen. Well, at least for a test screening of it, so I don't know what changes I'll make. But I'm telling you, the future under Walter Hamada is very exciting. And don't forget, we've got the Joker movie coming as well. Another film I saw in the test screening phase. So I would say, if you're a DC fan, I mean, if you do have this rivalry with the MCU and you saw what they revealed last night, I would say there's nothing really there that kind of says to me, oh, we better be worried. Oh, look at them. They're so amazing. They're so fine-tuned. Oh, why can't we be like that? I don't think it's true. I think since Walter Hamada's come in, he's done a great job of fixing Aquaman. Shazam was absolutely brilliant. And it's really interesting as well with the MCU. And I'm going to absolutely do a Comic-Con podcast later on. But it's very interesting as well when you compare it. Someone was saying, oh, the greatest thing about the announcements is that they're going to have these TV shows on Disney Plus, all interconnected with the movies, which is true. Now, we've got DC TV series, of course, on DC Universe. And again, I will be discussing this on my podcast later. But, it has been announced that Doom Patrol has been given a second season on DC Universe, the DC streaming service. And that'll be around in 2020. And I think this is really ironic that everyone has been wishing, all the haters been predicting Doom for DC Universe. It doesn't have the subs or anything like that, and it's just going to be swallowed up. Well, no announcement of it being swallowed up has actually been made, and it's at least going to be around for the whole of 2020 because Doom Patrol is going to be there, as is Titans Season 2. That's really exciting. I'm hoping they release a trailer of that later on as well, so we can talk about that on the podcast. But this is the DCEU Daily, and we want to talk about the DCEU and its future. And as I say, its future is so good, and I'm so pumped and excited for it. Both the potential of finally seeing the Snyder Cut, and I think every single one of us, especially the ones who've stood up and spoke up, deserve to see this film, and I believe we will. But I want to say something. I want to see our fandom and our movements, wherever you're from, whatever you're doing, to get the Snyder Cut, to act like proper people, like gentlemen and ladies, not to start going on to Twitter demanding people getting the sack. It isn't a good fucking look. It isn't. no matter if he is to blame, this person is to blame, and I'm not going to say his name, for what happened. I don't really believe he is, because I believe they would have moved them on, because they moved everyone else on. So if he does get the sack by Anna Sarnoff, right? Anne Sarnoff, shall I say? That's something different. But to go onto Twitter and start demanding someone get the sack, I don't think is very classy. And then, you know, we fight these people, you know, and these bloggers calling us toxic. I think that's toxic, and I think we need to redefine what we're doing. I think the movement is clean, it's beautiful, it's brilliant. It's been doing great stuff on Comic-Con, the positivity, the articles. Let's keep it clean, let's keep it positive, and not start demanding people get the sack. So, the future of this franchise is very interesting for me. And also, as I say, we've got these DC TV shows. They're not interconnected with the DC movies, but we're also going to have DC movies in the future that are not interconnected with the DCEU. And I think it's great. And going back to the Batman, what I love about this franchise as well is everything's a question. What is the Batman? Is it a prequel to Batfleck? Is it a total reboot in the sense of Batman? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I actually said to Matt Reeves on Twitter when he posted that picture of the title crawl of the 66 Batman series, all the bloggers are going to start saying you're rebooting the 66 series, because that's what they do. They're so lazy. All they do is see what these creators do and say blah blah blah, just winked, you know. It's lazy journalism, isn't it? And we get a lot of that. And after time, they're wrong. What about the cinematographer that's worked with Quentin Tarantino coming to the Batman? That was a load of bollocks, wasn't it? So yeah, I think when I look at it, and I think now is a time for me to look forward to. We've got a couple of months to the Joker movie. I think this is Walter Hamada's idea in its element, where you've got these individual independent films that are independent from the DCEU, just doing their thing, but then having the DCEU films as well. I think it's a very interesting way. It's totally different to what Fake's doing. And I like it. I think it's a very good idea to have a black label of movies. You can do a movie about anyone. I mean, there's been suggestions of Lex Luthor, but there's so many ways you can go with this. And I think that's really, really exciting. And that's why I think the future is bright. I think Walter Hamada is a bright thinker. I think he thinks beyond the box. I don't think the thinking is all mainstream, but they will make mainstream movies. I mean, Shazam was a very mainstream movie, and that was all Walter Hamada's as well. So I'm very, very excited for the future. I think with all the projects that are going into production now, I think there's a sense of excitement. This is not the year to go to Comic-Con and start buzzing about them, because they're quite far away yet. But I think next summer they'll definitely go to Comic-Con, and I think Suicide Squad 2 will definitely be there. I suspect the Flash movie will be there as well. The Batman will be there. I'm very confident the Batman will be there with a trailer as well. So, look, these are exciting times. And I know it's easy to put down Warner Brothers. I know it's easy to put down these films. But ultimately, I think so far, with the exception of Justice League, and if you hold your nose and close your eyes sometimes, even Justice League has awesome elements, right? The other movies have been very intriguing, unique, compelling, and I'm just excited for the future. But I'm also very proud of this franchise's past, and to have someone who's got the guts to have independent movies, kind of, with a black label, but also have these interconnected movies, because we saw how interconnected Shazam was with the rest of the DCEU. So there's absolutely nothing to be negative about and everything to be positive about. And just a reminder where I am with Release the Snyder Cut. I want to see it. I'm very excited. You've seen my videos. I want to see this film. I'm excited by Zack Snyder's revelations. But what I won't do is boycott the rest of the DC world of movies to get that. Because let me be clear to you, if you really think by boycotting what Walter Hamada is doing in the future of DC movies, if you think that's going to bring back Zack Snyder, you are extremely deluding yourselves. So I shall see you in the next DCEU Daily, which will be, of course, on Monday. I've got lots to give you today. If you're interested in what's going on with Comic-Con, especially with the MCU and the Picard trailer, I'll be doing a Comic-Con podcast later on. So until then, have a lovely day.